Air filter for the bus. That's a way better air filter. Well, Pete is breaking his back. Poor thing. There's all the oakum rolled.
I'll stop there also. You just keep going.
I am varnishing up under the deck, kind of where we never got to. Pete sanded actually under the deck. Crazy fucker. That's a hard job. He's been asking me to do that for years, and I never did it because it was like, no, way too hard. But where the propane explosion kind of happened, it all blew upwards. And a lot of this was all burned, so Pete sanded this all down and made it. So I'm going through and varnishing the dark dungeon under here.
Wow. Looks nice. It's soaking it in like crazy, I bet.
Yeah, it is. Beer time. They have a gluten-free beer called Ixnay here. It's actually a Geary's ale. It's really good. Oh, not an old lady anymore. So, we got a lot done, man. Check it out. All that side of there and almost all this side is done with the oakum. And I rolled all these oakum pieces that look like my hair. And then I also cleaned down below, got all cleaned up down there, and I'm going to put all the sails that were up there on top of the hardtop and put all those down below. And we're going to try to really seal up the boat because we don't want any mice to get in, but they got in up on that Dodger hardtop thing. We thought maybe they'd be safe up there with a tarp, but they all got in up there. I mean, it's pretty obvious that they could. So we're gonna put everything down below because nothing really got down below until we opened the boat up, and then we got a mouse. So we're gonna try to make sure everything's closed up before we go.
That anchor.
Yeah, we're gonna close up that anchor windlass hole. Pete's hammering away. We're getting there now. Once we get these decks all sealed up,
We're gonna be sailing fools.
yeah, we're gonna
We're gonna go to Ireland.
we're not going to Ireland this year.
Anywhere north of, we can go anywhere north of what, 45, I think?
Isn't it? Okay.
And we'll be okay with worms.
You know what's gonna be interesting is surfing without my hair. Because every time I went, every time I went to stand up, I would step on my hair, and then I'd get tangled and
That's
fall.
why I cut my hair.
Because of surfing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got in the way.
I'm always filming Pete working, but I worked today.
Yeah.
I just didn't film. I don't know.
Ours.
You gotta film me a little more. You gotta start filming a little more.
Too busy working to be filming.
I know. Same.
Man, that board's gorgeous. They're gonna. This wood is really held up pretty well for what it's been through.
What do you think about glassing the decks now? Eh? We never wanted to glass Norna. I don't know. It's not ready yet. She's got a lot more life left in her before we can glass her. Beer time. So, we're going to show all the stuff we did today during beer time, just to catch up on time because I'm definitely ahead. And also not to bore you guys with the details because it's kind of slow, monotonous, boring work we're doing right now. If anyone wonders why we were so far ahead, this is why. I figured it'd probably get kind of boring of a video just to see us hammering cotton and oakum for weeks on end. But the whole front deck is done. Folksel, I finished up here. Ah, it smells good down here. So, let me turn on the light. Ding. There it is. All our sails, that's our main and our jibs and our T-square sails. Our tarps for keeping the sun off the decks. And everything is varnished up underneath here. This tool makes a world of difference. This is bent. Right now there's a linseed oil on the deck, so the cotton sticks a little bit to the deck a little bit. But look at this. This tool makes it so much easier.
Fuck, I just got caulking on the brush.
Oh, that's okay. That's not the last coat of varnish, so.
I could probably wipe it off.
It seems. He is over there caulking one hatch that we can't get oakum in. It's too thin of wood. Now, I wonder if you want to like grab a trash can or something.
Yeah.
I forgot to show you guys this. So, I'm trying to get the right angle to show you. Right here. So this is kind of how you roll the oakum. Usually it kind of comes in strands. So when you get your oakum, pull apart, usually rolled like this, and then you take it and you can pull it apart in different strands. It's got different strands on it. And sometimes you don't necessarily have to do anything but pull them apart and re-roll them, and I'll show you that in a minute. But other times they're real thick, like this one's super thick, so you have to split it. So for instance, this one's pretty thick, so usually what I do is kind of find a crease in it, and then you can sort of pull it apart. Start it into two, and then what I usually do is sort of lay it out on the deck to be able to sort of split it in two pieces so it doesn't break apart. Sometimes it'll break apart on you. You kind of have to roll it in one direction. So one direction. Then usually I check it, make sure there's no thick pieces on it. Sometimes it might be a little thicker here and there. So I sort of pull out any extra pieces that make it a little thicker. Here it's thick. Pull off a couple of the hard ends on the end, and you have a strand of oakum. And oakum tends to want to stick together, so I just kind of hang them up like that for Pete to unhand and start hammering in. If you also get a thicker piece that doesn't have a bunch of hard ends or hard pieces in it, but it's still thick, too thick to be able to use, you can sort of stretch it out and sort of expand the length of it, and that'll help to sort of thin the strand down. Got the whole aft cabin hammered, the whole cockpit ready to go. The tape marks is where we're going to tape caulking. Here I cleaned and organized, so all of our cushions, this is all of our clothes, rain jackets, princess chairs, Dodger, the doors to the engine room. That's the last project we want to do, is put the oil catch in the bilge. And last thing I'm going to do tonight is just tape, and then Pete is just working his way. Hopefully we got enough oakum. Doesn't look like it, huh? Some places aboard Norna we use teak deck systems. We did this because we couldn't get Jeffrey's marine glue in some of these tight areas, so we figured it'd probably be the best thing to use the teak deck systems instead. Time. We have. What have we done today, Pete?
We finished hammering all the cotton and oakum
in. Yeah, that is a yay.
Tar.
Look how good this hatch looks. Wow. Nice.
Cheers, Courtney.
Cheers. So today, before Pete begins on the experiment that he's doing with the tar, we ran out of the normal oakum that we were using, the stuff that was real tarred up. So we used the stuff that we had brought over from Italy. We actually bought it in Spain. It was in Spain. We bought it in Spain. So it's a little bit lighter and fluffier. Definitely longer strands. It's all one strand, and not as easy to pull apart. So there was some good and bad with both. This one was dry, so you had to oil it yourself, and who knows how much oil you're getting in it. Whereas the other one was super oily, and the other kind was a little bit. It would break apart kind of easy, and you had to stretch it out in order for it to continue to roll to the size you wanted. And when we ran out, we turned around and looked at my hair that's hanging off the back of the boat. Anyways, we are moving on to tarring. Pete is tarring right where the dock box goes. In here, those are all our plates and bowls and all the stuff for the kitchen, the galley, and the head. Just everything's sort of put away. Our water tanks we haven't put down below in the bilges yet, but I think what we're gonna do before we leave is just lift all the bilge things again, like we did last time, just to make sure she gets plenty of ventilation during the winter. So first, we heat up the tar in this pot. Pours that tea kettle into the coffee pot over there, and then he uses that coffee pot to pour. So first we heat it up in a teapot, and then we heat it up in a coffee pot, and then we pour it. Then you get it real hot for pouring, right? How do you know about how hot you need it? When it starts kind of bubbling on the surface?
Yeah, when it starts bubbling a little bit. You see the bubbles kind of moving in there? Then I figure that's about right.
Kind of like froths up to the surface. This takes practice. Which Pete is getting really good at. And you just fill it up to the top of the sort of spot it's supposed to go in. And then you just
Try not to waste any.
I know, because most of the time you're scraping it off. Good morning, everyone. Well, it's not beer time. I haven't been doing beer time. I've been doing beer time every day. It's morning, and I'm gonna go to the Common Ground Fair here in Maine, which I'm pretty excited to go and check out. Wait, stand right there. We gotta rush. We gotta get tickets so we can catch the train. We gotta get the tickets. This is awesome. That one moves around too. Say something.
Welcome.
Welcome to the train. Wait, where are we going?
Unity. We're going to Unity.
Yeah. Please can't see these. 1 meter.
How's that grab? Wow. We gotta move back. Yeah, leave it. Come on. Walk, sweetie.
Supposed to be the horse-drawn farm. Wagon rides. Look at this fluff. Look at this fluff. You are really fluffy. Always eating. It's like just a ball of fluff. Just like riding first class.
Get that mandolin out, baby. Don't play it tune, please.
And then we could actually see out the window. The other one you couldn't see out the window.
Place a tune on the mandolin. That blanket looks like, man, this is a place we could just come and live in the winter. I'm telling all my friends. Oh, look at that.
This is so cool. Check this out.
There you go.
Set up a, they're Swedish.
Oh wow. Oh wow. That is so cool.
Mom,
Oh, this is
we're
it.
on a train, a Swedish train, and we are going across Maine. You should be on here.
Whistle post Mitchell's 50.
Whistle post Mitchell's for 50.
It's pushing us backwards.
Look at that. All tarred. All freaking tarred. Wow, Pete. Wow. That's a job.
Just took a while to mix it.
Yeah.
Only thing I don't like was real tight seams and some that are sticking up. So
Mhm.
that's why I didn't do this side yet, because we gotta go along and tap some of this stuff down just a little just before I do it.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, some of it's a little too close to the top.
Mhm.
Some of those are sticking out. I had a hard time there.
Yeah.
But I did that. I went along and tapped them in here, and you can see how much better they look.
Oh yeah, much better.
They were all sticking out too, and I did these 3.
Mhm.
Let's see, these need tapping. So you can go ahead maybe tomorrow and tap them down while I'm pouring.
Okay.
So just come off with it. You know, instead of trying to pry it off.
So Pete is actually he's pulling this off so that he can totally router in a new piece with epoxy, and there's a lot of wood there left, so it's not terrible. It's just a little bit of rot that had accumulated. And he also mentioned there was another spot here that was a little bit, but the board goes, I mean, this goes all the way back to here. You know, so it's a big chunk of wood notched. So next year, just getting this ready to repair next year when we get back.